Welcome back. So let's finish here 6.3. So this one is the hyperbola's axis is vertical now and is still centered at the origin 0, 0. And the standard form is y squared over b squared is first now. So if the y is the first, this means it's going to be along y-axis here. So y negative, so upward and downwards. And here's the branches open upward and downwards. And number 2, the versus is b and negative b, so become y-intercepts now, 0 comma positive b plus minus b, and the asymptote is still y equals plus minus b over a. So it both do it a little different, so this is much easier way to remember because asymptote doesn't change. And the foci is still c squared equals a squared plus b squared, so now it's going to be 0 comma, so this is the positive c and this is negative c. Let me show you a couple of examples from the homework, and then that's it. So now, here's the number 12, for example. So number 12 from your homework problems. So it's y squared over 64 minus x squared over 4 equals 1. This is already in standard format. So there's a minus here. But look, y is positive. This means it's going to be along y-axis opening upward and downwards. So this is equal 1. So then you can also write this y squared equals 8 squared minus x squared over 2 squared. So in this case, the b is 8 and a is 2. So this is y squared over b squared minus, so this is the b. So just one more time, here is y squared over b squared minus x squared over a squared equals 1. So the b is the first base, this a is the second base. So now here is the vertex. The vertex is going to be 0 comma plus or minus 8. And the asymptotes, it's going to be y equals b over a. So in this case, b over a means it's going to be so the b is 8, so plus minus 8 over 2 is 4x. Okay, so then what's left over is foci is c squared equals a squared plus b squared. So then c squared equals 64 plus 4. 64 plus 4, which is what? It's 68. And 68 is 17 times 4. So then c equals the square root of 17 times 4, which is 2 root 17. Okay, so now that's what we need. So it's going to be plus or minus. So here's how you graph it. So when you graph, so here, so we know it's going to be the axis is your vertical axis. So then make sure you plot the asymptote first, which is in this case is a 4x, so negative and positive. Well, then your the 0 comma, so here is a 8, and this is a negative 8. And then here is a graph gonna look like this, and here is gonna look like this, and this point here is your c positive, which is 2 root 17, and this is a c negative, this is negative 2 root 17, and that's your graph. You're done. So pretty simple. Remember the direction of the graph, then everything else is pretty similar. So let me show you one more when it is not in standard form. Oh, but in this case, the domain is this one between negative infinity and positive infinity, and the range is, now we start negative 8, we have a gap, so we do this. Negative infinity, and this is negative 8, and the union is 8, and this is the domain. I'm sorry, range. The domain is negative infinity to positive infinity. Okay, so let me show you one last example, then we're done. Here's number 16 from your homework problems. Number 16. And we do all the steps. So it is the 4y squared over 16x squared equals 64. So now, as you can see, your y term is positive. This means it's going to be opening upwards and the downwards. So divide and this be in standard format first. So this is y squared over 16 minus x squared over 4 equals 1. Because 4 over 16 is 1 over 16 and 16 over 64 is 1 over 4. You can also write in this one y squared over 4 squared, that is the b is 4, minus x squared over 2 squared equals 1. So now a is 2, b, so again it is y squared first. So it's y squared over b squared, x squared over a squared equals 1. So the first one is b, second one is a. So let's find all those information. So here's the first one is the verses, which is 0 comma plus minus b, which is 0 comma plus minus 4. And what's the asymptote? Is y equals plus minus b over ax. So plus minus b is 4. So 4 over 2 is the plus minus 2x. And foci is the c squared equals a squared plus b squared. So the a squared is, so in this case it's going to be 16 plus 4 is the 20. Well, 20 is the same as 5, 4. So in this case 2 root 5. Okay, so let me make sure we're on the right track. So yes, 2 root 5. That's it, we're done. So now at this point, we're going to slow down a little bit. So y squared is positive, so here is your graph. And your y, this is, so then we know asymptote first. So this one is a 0, 0, then 4, here's the 4, or 2 over 1 is your slope. So rise over run, rise over run. Well, then here is your the verses, which is 4, and there is a negative 4. So you graph this and graphing this. Here is the foci. First one is 2 root 5, and the second one here is negative 2 root 5. And in this case, your domain is negative infinity to positive infinity, and the range is between negative 4 and 4, but there's a gap. So here is a negative infinity, negative 4. Well, then the union, there is a positive 4, positive infinity. Okay, so that is your graph, the vertically. So now we're done with 6.3. I'm sorry, you can have 4 videos. Please watch all of them. Do the homework, let me know if somebody's still confused. Well, we will do last section, which is 6.4 on Thursday, and that's it. Then we're going to have a 1 test and the final, and we are done with the fall semester. Thank you, and please keep it up.